Hey guys, what's up? Hope you all doing good out there, and thanks for tuning back in for today's video, which is day 2 practice wrap up here at Lake Dardanelle. And sit down on the floor of the boat here because the wind's blowing like 30 miles an hour today, and so I hope the video is okay on this deal. But I'm gonna give you guys a wrap up after day 2, sort of let you know what's going on, how's it's going. But a couple little housekeeping tips first, or housekeeping things first. I just wanted to remind everybody that on May the 13th, Johnny has his next virtual seminar on Fish the Moment. It's going to be seasonal bass movements, about shad and herring situation in May. It's going to be a 3-hour seminar, 6 to 9 p.m. and you can sign up for that on fishthemoment.com, so check that out. And also just wanted to remind everybody, I sort of like to drop a reminder once a week that I'm offering memberships for my channel, Intuitive Angling. So if you guys would like to help support the channel and go a little bit further, you can go into the About section of my YouTube page, click on the Intuitive Angling memberships, and see what I got there. And basically I'm doing additional videos every week, private videos for the members, commercial free, and some access to my email for your personal questions. So you can check that out and become a member. That'd be much appreciated. And for you all that don't care to be members, nothing's changing with the channel. Everything's still the same. The memberships are just a way to help support the channel if you'd like to go a little further with that. So anyway, let's get into day 2 practice here on Lake Dardanelle. I've been dragging a little bit. I got my second COVID shot last night, and Kim, my wife, she's been pretty laid up today back home, and I've just been a little bit tired, not too bad. Arm's been a little bit sore from the shot, but glad to get that thing done. I'm really glad we're seeing the country sort of turn the corner the last couple months, getting all these vaccines done, because man, I'm ready to go see some movies. That's the thing I miss more than anything about this whole quarantine deal, is not being able to go to the movies. So hopefully it looks like we're doing a little bit better on that overall. So anyway, here we go to day 2. In a word, day 2 was super tough, man. It was, when I got down here this morning, the river had came up like 3 feet overnight. I didn't think that we had that much rain to raise the river that much, but I got down to here this morning and the river was rolling fast, dirty, super dirty. And like I said, I think it came up close to 3 feet, maybe more. I mean, at least 3 feet probably from yesterday. And that's sort of the way Dardanelle is. I mean, Dardanelle, I've never seen a place that the place goes up and down daily without a lot of rhyme or reason, because just because we got a couple inches of rain last night, there's no way that would raise a river that is this massive, just overnight. So tomorrow it may be down again. You just never know. But man, it was a tough day for me. I mean, it's sort of like typical Dardanelle in the fact that it's all area related. You have got to be in the right water to catch them. The challenge that we have in this tournament for the Toyota Series this week is the main river is just out of play. It's too dirty. There's too much current in it. If somebody catches them on the main river, I'm going to be super impressed, because you pull up on the main river bank and you've just got, it's flooded back into the trees and there's lay down. It's just not going to be a factor. So on top of that, that's going to make the lake fish a lot smaller. And the backwaters and the creeks you go into, they're super dirty right now, all over the lake. It's really dirty. And if you get into a backwater that's got some decent water clarity, it's just take a number in there. I was in a couple of them today that was just, full of boats, simply because you had a little bit better clarity. I think there's a lot of locals in this tournament because I know this place pretty good. I know the hard to get to places. And, Johnny Schultz, he grew up down here. He knows Dardanelle extremely well. And he shared with me a lot of his hard to get to areas. And boats are even in there. So from that standpoint, it makes me believe that there's a lot of locals in this tournament, that know where that stuff is at. But the fish, to me, even when I got into that good water, I just couldn't catch many. It was just super tough to get a bite. I mean, the water that I think is the best in this tournament is it's back into those dead end sloughs that don't have a lot of fresh water coming into them from all the high water, and everybody knows that. So the last 2 days have been just an absolute grind for me. And I'm not discouraged at all, because I'm gonna flip-flop and go to a different area of the lake tomorrow, run some of that stuff down there, just keep mixing it in. You know, if I can just get, you know, 3 or 4 bites in one day to sort of point me in the right direction, that's gonna be a good deal. But I look for this tournament to be a strict power fishing tournament. I think it's gonna be a lot of spinner baits, flipping, shallow crankbaits, maybe a swim jig, maybe some top water in the right area, typical Dardanelle river type fishing. But I just hadn't found them yet. That's my report for day 2. I have not found these fish yet. You know, I wound up catching, you know, a couple decent fish yesterday. You know, here it is. It's, you know, after 5 o'clock right now, and I've got to go back and I'll probably fish for another hour or so. Then I got to go back and do some work for Fish the Moment tonight. So if I don't get a bite in the next hour, I would have not had a bite today. I haven't had a bite all day, second day of practice, which that doesn't bother me. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, you know, I don't feel like I've got to catch fish in practice to have a good tournament. I just need to get a feel for where the lake is laying, and then get into that water that I feel is the best water in the tournament, and just put my head down, get out a half a dozen rods or so, and just really fish slow and methodically to do that. But I look for this tournament to be sort of a top heavy tournament. I think there's going to be a handful of guys that land in that right water, that where there's not a lot of boats in it, and I think they're going to catch them. But you're going to see the overall field struggle here. There's just no way everybody's going to go out and catch them here. The fish just aren't biting that good. You know, the river is fishing small. You know, good water's at a premium. So, you know, I look for it to be a tougher than normal May tournament here on Dardanelle. But anyway, tomorrow I've got about a half a day of practice. We got to come off the water early tomorrow, last day of practice. I got to do a promotion for Bridgeford Foods. You know, tomorrow night I'm going to be doing the podcast for Stray Cast, the Stray Cast podcast. So if you guys want to tune in at 7 o'clock tomorrow night on Stray Cast podcast, you can check me out on that. So. But anyway, guys, thanks again. Appreciate you guys tuning in for these tournament reports. It seems like they're going pretty good. It seems like everybody likes hearing them. And the whole point of me doing these things, it's just another way for me to share some tips and experience with you, because just like what happened at Lake Pickwick, you know, whether I catch them or I don't catch them, you can still learn from what I did right or what I did wrong. And it's going to be the same here at Dardanelle. I'll share with you guys, you know, what I found, how I caught them, conditions behind it. I'll film the tournament and hopefully you guys can learn something out of it. So thanks again, and we'll be back tomorrow with another one. See you.